Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It has been a very, very, very busy day for Netflix indeed. I think today was today they hosted their Geeked event. I'm not sure how often that actually takes place, but a whole slew of trailers were dropped today, and of course there's one of those trailers in particular that I've been waiting for, which is my most anticipated series of this year. Of course, that is going to be $18.99, so that is the first trailer we're going to be checking out, and I'll be going through a few of the others as well, so be sure to stick around and check them out. Of course, last year? I'm sorry, COVID has kind of messed up my inner timer. I believe it was last year that we actually got the first teaser for $18.99. Jantje, Friese, and Baran, Odar. Of course, well renowned at this point for their cult hit, the German series called Dark. Of course, that is at this moment one of my favorite dramas to date. So I've been looking forward to this new series and what they'll be bringing to the table. Of course, earlier on in some of the interviews that we've gotten with Jantje and Baran, they have said that they'll be steering away from time travel, so I don't believe we'll have time travel in this series, but with having done such a fantastic job with Dark, I can't wait to actually see what they have in store for us with $18.99. The last teaser we got, it wasn't so much a teaser. We just got some visuals of a ship, and there were some people talking in the background. So we know there's a group of people on a ship heading to, I believe it's New York, and I don't think we got much else from that. There was a photo that was released last year as well, with several characters, and I am curious to see whether some of my predictions from that video actually end up being true, or I was insanely wrong. And if you haven't checked out that video, be sure to go and check it out as well. I give some input based on nothing other than pure speculation about what the involvement of several of the characters in that photo will actually be in the series, and I'm quite certain I'm probably going to be wrong. But one of the things that I found most interesting about this series that they did speak about was the use of languages, and how several of these characters from different backgrounds, different social hierarchies and different language and so on, and I'm just curious to see how those characters interact with each other, and how the stories, the individual stories that they have to tell weave into the actual series itself. It just sounded really fascinating, and because of that, it's one of my most anticipated series this year. But yeah, I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about towards the end, at the end of the trailer. So let's check it out.
I am Moira Franklin.
All right, Emily
Today
Beecham.
is October 19th, 1899.
A different identity. Maybe she's trying to memorize
They're all
the
running
new
away
one.
from something. Why else would someone want to go somewhere different?
They're all running from some dark past.
Wake up.
Set looks phenomenal.
People are oblivious to reality. They only see what they want to see.
Acacia.
And all they have to do is shift their perspective to see the full scope of things.
Give me more! Wow. Of course, the only disappointing thing about that trailer was the absence of a release date. But I do recall when they did release the set photos and so on, that they had mentioned the original intention was actually to shoot on location in several different parts of Europe. I'm assuming in relation to the background for each character that we'll be following throughout the story, but because of COVID, they had to change plans, and they were using the same volume technology that several companies have had to rely on because of COVID. And while the technology was born out of necessity, I believe it seems to have been working wonderfully, in this scenario, because it looks fantastic. I mean, a part of me does wish they did shoot on location, because I don't believe, even with the technology of the volume, I'm not sure it will. I'm not sure it's a replacement for actual on location shoots. But we'll see. We'll see. Perhaps I'll be fooled. So part of me does miss that, but I do know it was a necessity at the time, and they've been working tirelessly to get that done. So I'm all for them taking the time to get it done, to get it right, and perfect, to tell the story that they want to tell. From this trailer alone, Emily Beecham, who I've not been familiar with her works a lot. I'm mostly familiar with her from Into the Badlands, but I know she's been around for a lot longer than that. I'm looking forward to seeing her performance, and of course Andreas Peachman, I think his name is, from Dark. So both great performers. We did see in the trailer here for Emily's character. I don't know what her character is called, but she did mention that why else would all these people be gathered here? They're all running from something dark and terrible. And where exactly are they heading to? If I remember correctly, they're all heading to New York, but it seems they might not make it. We do see something opening in the sea, about to swallow the ship, or to drag it down to the depth. We don't know, but clearly everyone has a dark past that they're actually running from, and at some point they're gonna have to try to resolve those dark passengers. I'm drawing on Black Sails a bit there. They're gonna have to try to resolve those dark passengers and work together so they can get out of whatever this mess is that they're being pulled into. But I'm intrigued. It looks as though my first assumption was correct. I hope from the initial teaser that we got, where my prediction was that Andreas' character would be the captain. I don't remember what nonsense I pulled out of the thin air to validate that, to give any validation to that. But I think I had predicted that he was the captain based on where he was in the photo and how he was dressed and so on, that he appeared to be the captain. And in the photo here we see, I do think he, based on where he was in the photo, and he was drinking. Clearly he has a troubled past as well, and he's trying to drink his sorrows away. But it appeared as though he was in the captain's cabin, or the room looked as though it would be the captain's cabin. But I could be wrong. I'm just trying to give validity to my arguments before, which could all be wrong, but I'm sticking to them for the moment. So yeah, I'm feeling more confident in that fact that he is definitely the captain. I'm not entirely sure what her role specifically is here, but it looks amazing. No date, but I'm gonna be patient. Ideally, I think there were some during the Geeked promotion. They may have maybe they did speak about a release date or when we can expect to see it. So I'm gonna check that out afterwards, separately. I might not do a reaction to it, but just to see when exactly, what idea, if any, they gave about when we can expect this. It seems as though production is completed, but then they're editing and stuff like that, and post-production. So I'm hopeful that it could be sometime this year, but this isn't exactly a Christmas series. So we may not get this until maybe early next year. But again, I'm sure it will be well worth the wait. So no complaints here. But it's looking fantastic, guys. It looks fantastic. Definitely gives me chills, and very reminiscent of Dark. Simply in tone, and the color palettes that are being used and so on. So it's It looks amazing. It looks amazing, and I can't wait to check it out. All right, guys, be sure to post down below. Let me know what your thoughts are, and any predictions, if any, that you have for 1899. What are you most excited for to see in this series, and what do you think it's going to be about? You know, as I mentioned before, I don't think it's going to be time travel. They won't tread that ground again so soon, but something otherworldly definitely appears to be happening. But if there's one thing we can count on with Jantje and Baran is their unique ability to mix you know, science and fiction, and producing something, you know, something beautiful as the end result. So that's what I'm looking forward to. All right, guys, be sure to post down below, let me know what your comments are. Remember to hit like and subscribe if you want to show your support to the channel, and I'll see you with the next one.